without us, you're all screwed.
Dude, you are a terrible person.
Am I corrupted?
I've made terrible decisions with money.
I want to be rich again.
Stripping all of us of the American dream. This is Angry Capital. We're here to cut through the BS, explain how money runs everything, from the absurd to the insane. And if we make you laugh or rethink the economy here, hit like and subscribe. We do 3 shows a week, same chaos, new collapse.
Arthur, I like that we started today going, your grandma's going to die. Welcome to Angry Capital. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, if something like your grandma dying doesn't make you mad, you got to check your pulse, dude.
Look, man, we're two guys who just care. We care. We got heart, and we're also angry about the fact that we can't afford anything, including the holidays, as it feels, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we need to, take a look at this crime scene here. I mean, I know we talk about this all the time. Like, if you feel like the system is rigged, it's because it is. And I mean, one of the top economists even came out and he straight up admitted it, that America's stability basically depends entirely on the super rich. I don't know if you saw this article here, but economist Peter Atwater, he calls this the Jenga tower economy. All the growth we see, super top heavy, driven by the wealthy, middle class has retreated, leaving the foundation brittle. He says the economy is now entirely dependent on the top 10% of earners.
I don't know if you remember that Jenga commercial from back in the day. You might be too young, but I'm thinking that it was a commercial. They went, Jenga. Now it's a bunch of people with monocles that are super rich. That rich cliche just going, Jenga. Without us, you're all screwed.
Exactly.
So, what they're basically saying is our whole economy is balanced on whether people with private jets feel like going shopping. Is that it?
That's basically it. I mean, they've been driving the whole thing this whole year. All this boom you're seeing, it's basically just them spending money. So if we start to contract, it's because they stopped spending money. This is not a fair economy.
But Arthur, can you blame them? Look, I just want to say, if I could afford private jets, I'd love my life. I think the rich, yeah, we rely on them. I also can't blame them for just being rich. I think it's awesome. I'd love some caviar right now and a guy fanning me as I talk to you. It'd be great.
Sure, but the whole problem here is they're getting rich off of our backs, and all of our money in the middle class is just trickling up to them. That's the fucking problem.
You're not wrong. It is a problem. I just also empathize with, once you're rich, stay rich and keep being rich no matter how you can. In a weird way, I'm defending the rich because I want to get there. And also, once you get there, yeah, you screw everybody else. You keep lining your pockets. I mean, this is greed. This is how people operate. I guess for me, the holidays coming up, I'm in the mood for some fine dining. I'm in the mood for maybe some nice pipes and stepping on people who can't afford things and just singing holiday songs and forgetting that everyone else exists. Am I corrupted? What's happening?
Yes, you are. I mean, we all want it, right? We all want to be at that level. And that's the thing. I guess a lot of us think that we have integrity and we're not going to be like that if we get to that level. But I would say we probably all would sell out at some point.
Well, listen, I joke about wanting to be rich because I do, but I do think we're here for a reason. I also think historically, I love romanticizing the past. Mm-hmm. Remember the post-war era? That was the high watermark for the American worker post-war. One person could afford a house, a car, and raise a family. The money did seem to flow more evenly then, and that classic version, I do feel like now, of the American dream is dead. I will admit that. The rich are richer, and it's harder to just afford life like it once was.
It is. But I mean, that American dream, in the 50s that you talk about as this utopia. I mean, yeah, you could buy a house with one paycheck, but the economy only really worked for straight white dudes named Bob who hit their kids for fun. I mean, that was a totally different era there.
Forget it. I want to be rich again. Now you're coming after me. Now I just want to go back to being the rich. Forget you. You calling me some guy who beats my wife? I'm going to beat you while I'm taking advantage of your income.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that's what was going on in the era. We kind of romanticize it a lot, but also it didn't work the same for everybody. Not everybody got those opportunities.
No, but statistically, and don't quote me because I don't know the exact numbers, I do think the percentage of people in America able to afford homes, let's just say homes as a subject, was a lot higher in 1950 something than it was in 2025.
Oh my God, of course. Yeah, and I mean, the middle class has just been shrinking that entire time since that era that you romanticize. I mean, since the 70s, the middle class has shrunk 10%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's tens of millions of people, and that money just keeps going up to the top 1% who now hold more wealth than the entire middle class combined. They're
That's
the
crazy.
ones who ruined this.
That's crazy, yeah. And it is, I do agree that the middle class is shrinking. And it's kind of, when I think back to the past, even my own upbringing, when I was a kid, from that time to now, even the way things are afforded is so different. So you're not wrong, right? I'm curious what you guys think you are. Like, I don't even know where to put myself anymore. It's like the class system is so on its head in our culture. So I'm curious, what do you guys feel like? Let me know in the comments. Do you actually put yourself middle, lower, upper middle, none of the above? Are you just trying to survive? And also, what was the exact moment this year when you realized the game is probably rigged, especially for the rich, as Arthur is saying, even though I maybe want to be the guys up there eventually that ignores this?
Sure. I mean, we all do. But, right, is the middle class, like, is it shrinking because the system is clearly rigged for the top? Or did workers get soft and entitled like Fox News wants you to believe? What do you think?
Oh.
There's this whole debate all the time. They're like, oh, people got lazy. Gen Z is lazy. What's your take on this?
I think it's both. I think it's always been rigged for the top. I think as we talk about romanticizing history, maybe it was easier back then to buy a house, but it also was people in power and people with money rigging things. And actually, there was less regulation that we've talked about. So it may have been even worse what the rich got away with then. Then again, technology's here now. We have crypto, we have the internet that could be as unregulated as then. I think the rich has always been corrupt, even though I'm on their side this episode. But I also think that we are more entitled and people are worse at working. I mean, I'll give you an example. I go to this beach town in New Jersey every summer. I asked a kid who works at this small mom and pop Polish water ice, the famous thing in New Jersey. It's an ice cream shop. I go to the kid, I go, hey, can I take this to go? Kid stares at me for 10 seconds. First of all, wasting time, not getting other customers. And then goes, let me ask my manager. And then they go and ask an adult and she goes, oh, yes, give him a bag. What's wrong with you? So I think kids, I don't know if it's soft or entitled. I think it's dumber and more reliant on technology. And especially kids working post-pandemic, they don't have the worker skills that are just normal social. I do think we're raising kids, though, to be less social. Like, think about AI and technology. Less social means worse workers. Soft and entitled, yes, maybe in other departments, like their feelings getting hurt. But when it comes to working, I think they're worse workers for sure.
So, what do you want? You want the little 8-year-old climbing up your chimney and dying from emphysema when he turns 11? Like, is that what you're advocating for here?
Yeah, I want the kid cleaning the chimney, and I want him to, and my pizza chef, sous chef to clean the chimney so that I can get richer off child labor. Absolutely.
Dude, you are a terrible person. I'm just kidding. I know you can't really think that, right?
I don't really think that, but you hold up your phone and tell me where you think that was made. I mean, we are in a society now that acts like this doesn't exist anyway. I'm just saying kids need to learn how to work. And I do think working is a different topic now. And kids, it's also a generation of kids who are for optics and hype. Like we talk about the hype economy. You're raising kids in a hype culture. Of course they're gonna feel different about work. I do think kids need to get to work earlier, figure out the value of the dollar. I mean, look, when I go to sell lemonade with my daughters, the first thing she says in California, let's give it away for free. I'm like, you've lived here a year and you're already a socialist? Let's make money.
Dude, I don't think this is not a question of like the kids needing to work harder and stuff like that. The fucking point of all of this is that the rich have been extracting money from the middle class for decades. They've been advocating for the policies. The politicians have been bending their back to kiss their ass and do all of this stuff, stripping all of us of the American dream that we used to, think that we could achieve here.
Well, let's fast forward to this year and let's talk about what the government is saying about this spending right now. So they keep saying, look at the spending. You guys are spending $1 trillion this Christmas, right? But I actually dug into the number. It's not adding up at all, sadly. So listen to this. The National Retail Federation is predicting spending will top $1 trillion, up 4% from last year. Amazing, it's up, right? No, other reports say individual households actually plan to spend 5% less. The only way both are true is if that 4% growth is just inflation, making fewer gifts cost more money. So it's a trick, it's optics. We've talked about this. It's not really moving the needle like we would expect.
I mean, it's basically just propaganda. I mean, it's like if your landlord doubled your rent and then starts bragging about, that you're investing more in housing. None of it adds up. It's propaganda. They're trying to make it look like we're spending, everything is okay. Things are not okay here in the economy. It's not. There's warning signs all over the place.
Well, look, I already called kids dumb, but are consumers just stupid? Is that what it is? Like, we complain we have no money, but are we still projected to spend $1 trillion? Like, that's what they're saying. Does that mean we deserve to be broke? Is that what you mean?
No, I think that we get manipulated by these companies to spend our money. They prey on our dopamine. They prey on our anxieties, our fears. We just are bombarded with advertisements, propaganda all the time. I don't think that we're stupid per se. Some of us make dumb decisions. I've made terrible decisions with money before. But I think that we have to understand and really have a discussion about the way that we are influenced to spend that money instead of saving it for ourselves.
I would argue these dumb kids who can't work aren't influenced by ads as much as we used to be. I mean, you don't look at a Coca-Cola polar bear and run out the door to a 7-Eleven to get a Coke. I mean, ads are everywhere. It's a part of culture. But the younger generation, to defend them for a second, they tune ads out. It's actually the opposite. I mean, maybe it's our generation of parents we're talking about here, but young people, maybe targeted ads in a way, but it's a different generation for advertising too.
Right. No, I agree with that. I mean, I do think that they're getting really sneaky with these adverts. A lot of times you're watching stuff, you don't even know it's an ad. You don't even know they're trying to manipulate you into giving out money. Yeah. It's all disguised, all this native advertising, but it's just such a tricky system here. But I mean, if you thought that, inflation and all this stuff in the economy was bad, I want you to see and really key in here on how the corporations are treating you. I mean, they know that we're terrified here, so they're starting to turn the screws, and fear is driving this entire holiday schedule now. I mean, when you look at this report from Forbes here. Consumers are not shopping early to get good deals. They're fearful. They're out there shopping out of financial anxiety. They want to, spread out these payments on the buy now, pay later plans. They want to avoid these inflation price hikes that they think are coming here in the season. I mean, this is just raw fear that is killing this classic Black Friday and holiday atmosphere.
Yeah. Also, don't forget how far the line has been moved back. I mean, every year the holidays start sooner. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas time, October 1 this year, maybe even sooner. I mean, I saw decorations going up. I saw ads with sweaters. People are holiday music. It keeps going earlier and earlier, and it's not necessarily shopping early right now. This is panic scheduling for everybody, right? People are trying to outrun their own bank accounts, which I relate to. I never Christmas shop early, but I certainly am looking at what I'm bringing in every month, and I'm going, what should I get this year? Maybe I should wait. Maybe I'll do this now. I just got a little lump sum. Let me do that nice thing now before it's too late,
Yeah. See, I make all the worst decisions, though. I do all of it last minute, last second. You end up overspending, and then I'm like, I hate Christmas because it's so stressful. Because I don't plan properly. I have a lot of anxiety, but I need to be more like these anxious people out there shopping.
Right. And things cost more now. Like, listen to this. Bankrate found that 78% of holiday staples like cookies, wrapping paper, and food cost more this year. All the 70% off Black Friday discounts are gone because of the tariffs. Retail stores say they can't afford it. And now consumers are practicing conscious purchasing like we're talking about, which is just a fancy way of saying, I only can afford what I absolutely need.
Honestly, Paul, I'm going to tell you the truth here. I'm kind of glad that this is dying. Like, I hope that it stays this way. I think that the retailers, the stores, they rely on us to spend like crazy so they can balance their books at the end of the year. I mean, that's what Black Friday is all about. I want to see that go away. Like, I'm sick of that. This is not what the holidays are supposed to be about. I want it gone. I don't like it at all. So let it die.
I actually agree with that, man. I'm totally fine with Black Friday dying. It's also like a little bit of a scam. Like, you can get good deals on TVs throughout the year if you just pay attention, but they market it to being like, it's a steal. It's a steal. Sure, you get deals, but I don't need to line up for a TV and watch people fight to get into a Best Buy. It's kind of a ridiculous part of culture. Let's hope Black Friday dies this year. You know what? If you could argue one thing good for the tariffs, is that Black Friday is going to die, and we can have a funeral for Black Friday this year.
Yeah, kill it.
I hope we're not having a funeral for it, keeping with the theme of how you started this episode, is grandma. So forget corporate greed. Forget the corporate greed, man. This next clip is purely evil to me because a financial expert went on national TV and basically told us grandma doesn't need slippers. Take a look at this.
Budget, budget, budget. You need a plan. Also remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the bank sending packages across the country, Dana. Focus on the people in your life, ages 3 to 18. That's my 30 seconds for you.
Yeah. You're a mean one, Mrs. Grinch. She's wearing green because she's almost all the way Grinch right there. 'Tis a season of giving. What's going on, okay? Everyone needs a gift. This is don't live by you. You spend money. Grandma's 85. Her circulation isn't working well. She needs slippers more than I need this lady's advice, okay? And if we're canceling grandma's slippers to make the spreadsheet happy, the economy is not the only thing that's broken.
Dude, I actually agree with this. And it goes back to what I'm talking about. Like, get rid of all of this ridiculous spending, all of these ridiculous gifts. Your grandma doesn't want it. She doesn't like it. She's probably not going to use them. Like, this is not what it's about. Have you ever heard of Buy Nothing Day, Paul?
Arthur, you told me grandma was going to die in the beginning of this episode. The last Christmas you may have with her, I'm going to play her this clip when she's sitting alone in another state, wondering if you love her, and she's gonna go, oh, well, Arthur is just, he's doing his thing and he doesn't care about me, but that's okay, I lived a good life. It's over. That's what you want?
Dude,
we gotta give love.
Dude, she's not gonna die because she doesn't have slippers. She's gonna die because she's stressed out because you don't have enough money to ever, afford a house later in life, all of those different things. Like, stop buying these unnecessary things. My mother-in-law is the same exact way. All of this stuff. It's like, please save for retirement. Save for yourself.
Do you know why I disagreed? Because it's the thought that counts. I mean, you could buy a card for $2. You can mail it to her for 50 cents, maybe. Don't quote me. This isn't financial advice. I don't know how much stamps cost. I'm rich, but I'm not rich, but I'm pretending I am because I haven't checked stamps in a while. But my point is, it's not that expensive, and Christmas and the holidays is about the thought. And what world are we in where the thought doesn't matter anymore because you're penny pinching? I also come from a family and a culture, I think, where you got to at least tell people you're thinking of them. I mean, call grandma at the very least. But come on, slippers, we're talking a max $20 for slippers for grandma.
Dude, I think all of it adds up. All of it adds, because you do that for grandma, then you're doing it for your uncle in Portugal and all of this stuff. It adds up. They don't need these. We don't need this. Stop.
Nobody needs any of it, but this is consumerism and this is Christmas. It's consumerist. Let me ask you guys this. Settle this debate with us right now in the comments. Is this lady crazy? Is Arthur crazy, or are they right? Type slippers if you're buying the gift for grandma, and type Scrooge if you are saving money. Whoever types Scrooge, I'm going to comment back and I'm going to find you and I'm going to dox you after this episode because I think you're wrong. And this is about proving you're wrong.
Okay, threatening the people who are watching this show.
Yeah, you got, because it's Christmas. You hit the chord for me now.
Christmas, I'm gonna fucking kill you. All right.
Come on, it's just the season of me eating caviar with my rich friends.
Oh my God. Okay, so I mean, we're arguing about these slippers because honestly, I mean, we're terrified. Like, I found one number here, and it's just one number that is going to predict exactly when this entire Jenga tower is going to fall because we've been spending too much money on things that we don't need. This is going to be worse than 2008 here. I mean, the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index?
No.
You've seen this?
No, because I'm a normal person. I don't know that.
You haven't seen this all over the news? I mean,
no.
The score, they just said it dropped to 50.3. It's one of the worst scores ever. I mean, this is like the level it was at during the 2008 crash where it hit lows in the 50s. I mean, that's where we are right now in the stock market. It's near an all-time high. I mean, the system is completely disconnected from reality here.
Hey, Arthur, you know who's writing the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index?
Actually, I don't. Who?
The rich. The rich. This is all part of it. It's all part of it.
I mean, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, you tell me you don't see everybody else in your life, everybody else online who are stressed out and worried and don't feel good about this economy.
Absolutely. And I do understand that it is a harder and harder thing to afford during the holidays. I guess for me, I would want to support, buying gifts for family, trying to make it work, figuring out a way to just do a little bit of thought. I mean, I'm seeing these reports too. This is coming in from Bloomberg too. The invisible poor. The Fed says over half of households have a little to no discretionary income. So the bottom 90% are becoming economically invisible. Okay, the data algorithms do not even track you anymore because you do not spend enough to matter. Now, that's messed up.
Damn.
That's crazy, right?
I mean, yeah, if we're invisible to this data, I mean, the system's already just deciding we don't matter. But I just don't fully believe that because they still want to extract more and more money from us. That's what this whole system is designed for. So I don't totally buy that.
Also, yeah, like the stock market, like you're saying, is screaming warnings. The consumer discretionary sector, as you were talking about, covers fun stuff like clothes, movies, and travel. It's facing massive headwinds because people are cutting non-essential spending. I mean, I relate to that. I'm not spending as much on things I don't need, even though I'm pretending to be rich today. Like, you know, I've actually made really conscious. I mean, it's a great example. My glasses broke. My sunglasses broke like a few weeks ago. I've been browsing online, which means I'm getting a lot of targeted ads now for them, but I still have not pulled the trigger because I keep going, I don't need to spend 30, 40, 100, 200. I keep going like, I'm going to go to Chinatown in New York and get $5 pair because that's all I want to afford right now. So that's a kind of superficial example, but yeah, it's not essential for me to block the sun right now and look cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. And I think that that's a good thing, though, in a way. Like, I think it's teaching us to be more thoughtful about what we're buying and not just buying all of this stuff that's going to end up in a landfill anyway. It's a real double-edged sword. It's teaching us better habits as consumers, be a little bit more discerning, but also we're having to do it because the economy's about to fucking crumble on us here, and
listen,
we're saving our money.
We talk about consumerism. You know, I'm going to go back to that post-war generation. You know what the post-war generation didn't do? Spend on non-essential fun stuff. I mean, that's maybe part of the difference we're not even talking about is these spending habits over the course of decades. Right. You, me, people our age and younger, we have this hype spending in a way that we want to get cool things. I want these sunglasses. I want to look good on my Instagram. But grandpa, grandma, who you won't buy slippers for, wouldn't buy them for herself when they were buying a new house. They didn't really buy things they didn't need, which is an interesting point I want to make is we've changed a lot since that time. I think we are spoiled and more entitled because we are a generation of ads and consumerism and people coming out of the war, World War II. You know, I romanticize this time. They weren't buying the newest gadget. They were saving. My grandmother, when she died, rest in peace after you keep mentioning her, I found $1,000 in an envelope in her ceiling. She wasn't
damn, that's
with my name on it. Maybe
really?
that's why I'm rich now. But she was Italian.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm saying she was saving every dollar, man, and putting stuff away for family and putting things saving. And, you know, she wasn't buying some new purse for herself so she could look cool online. She was saving. So I just want to bring up, I think we've changed our spending habits also generationally, and it's a part of it. And that's part of the financial reality we're not even talking about today that I just thought of. It's like we are hype spenders now. Right?
Yeah, but you know, yes, but do you know why your grandma didn't spend that money? Because she went through the Depression and didn't have anything, and they had to learn to make what they could with less and not spend it. They went through the worst economic time in this entire country, probably even the world. That's why they were conditioned to not buy these things. Us, we haven't faced anything near that, and so we're just oblivious. We're about to, though. It's gonna happen.
Well, you know what, man? Your grandma's facing depression this Christmas because you won't buy her slippers.
Well, she's dead. She's already died because I didn't buy her the slippers.
Well, then I get why you're not spending. We're going to talk about, there's also, you know, Walmart's getting in on warning about American shoppers as well. Listen to this. The financial reality is exactly why Walmart stock is up around 14%, while Target is down around 30%. The upper middle class has abandoned fun shopping and shifted entirely to necessity shopping. Maybe, well, I'm kind of arguing maybe this is a good thing. I think you are too.
In some ways, yeah. I mean, I think that less consumerism is good. But here's the problem, though. I mean, if we're not buying all this trash, our entire economy is built on consumption. It's like 70% of the entire economy depends on us buying things. And I mean, you know, us buying the Live, Laugh, Love throw pillows at Target and things like that, that is not a necessity. And Walmart, some of their biggest items, those are things like tires, diapers, the necessities. So when you see the upper middle class like abandoning Target for Walmart, it means that this fun economy is dying, this frivolous spending, strolling through, you know, Target with the shopping cart. That's going away because we're fearful. We're in survival mode here.
Yeah. When I'm out of survival mode and I'm rich, I'm going to wipe my ass with Live, Laugh, Love pillows.
I mean, you could do that now if you want. You can go get
That's
some.
kind of a waste for me now. But when I get there, I'm doing it.
I like it. Send us a video here. But I mean, for real though, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want to hear from you who you're watching this. Like, how confident are you in this economy coming up in the next year? 1, total collapse. Put 10 if it's going to be booming. I want to see the numbers here. I truly believe we are headed for a monstrous crash coming up soon.
Well, Arthur, if the government knows the consumer is this terrified, right? Why are they ignoring the problem? Is it incompetence to you, or is the pain part of the plan?
Both. I think that they're incompetent, but I also think that this is by design. I think that they want to shift the monetary system here. I mean, we could go down a whole rabbit hole there. They don't care. They have only been catering to billionaires for decades. I mean, you look at the Supreme Court decisions where it basically, labeled corporations as people and they could spend as much as they wanted on political campaigns. That's where the shift happened. And now everything is just run by billionaires. And so the government, they don't care about us.
Well, it's certainly systemic, I think it's been that way for a long time. Even back to the generation I romanticize. Like I said, it was also systemic with the government and corporations then. We're just squeezed to the nth degree now. But you know what? I'm squeezed. I'm penny pinching. But you know what my verdict is? Buy the slippers. You already know this. Rebel against the invisible label. Be human, guys. It's the holidays. Do what you can to make grandma happy.
Dude, my verdict is you hoard your cash, buy gold, do whatever you can. There's a crash coming. The data says that this Jenga tower is about to fall, collapse by the first quarter of 2026. Don't be under this thing when it drops.
Maybe what we're saying, because we're both so opposite on this, is maybe find a happy medium. Maybe that's the goal here for this episode. Find a way to afford when you can, penny pinch when you can. Just don't be like that woman on TV telling people not to ship gifts. I mean, everything is so immediate now. You know how excited I am around the holidays when I get something in the mail from somebody? That's like such a dying art form. Why would you cut that off? Send people gifts.
It's fine. It's just you don't need to be sending it to 20, 30, 40 people who don't care, who don't need the stuff. We get so much stuff that ends up just going straight to Goodwill when people send it. Like, it's just a waste, man.
Don't forget, guys, let us know where you're at about all of this. Are you a Scrooge? Or are you, what was the other one? Happy holidays. What was the other one I said? The positive one?
I don't even know. There's no positivity here.
Well, you know. You just tell me which one you are. If you're going to buy grandma's slippers now. And guys, just celebrate each other and celebrate the holidays. Do what you can out there. And here's the thing about Arthur and I. We read the charts so you don't have to. So if you're angry like us, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe. Comment. We're here 3 times a week ranting about the world. I'm going to go, though, because I got to spend the rest of my money on gifts.
Have fun with that. I'm gonna go not buy anything for anybody and go to my bomb shelter.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Peace.
This show is sponsored by Galileo FX, the only automated trading software that shows you the wins and losses before you buy. Learn more at store.galileofx.com.